on in. Come on in now. So, Auntie Leah can do a thing. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yo, 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 where am I at? Oh, hey guys, how are you doing? Why are we so small? Welcome back to Kicking It with Auntie Leah. We have young nine, Jay Moses in the house with us today. He's not on camera right now. I'm pretty sure he will be on camera. Welcome to Kicking It with Auntie Leah. If this is your first time being here, hey, my Archangel Michael. Looked like Fluffy was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. But hey, Fluffy, what it do? Hey, Lee Hop, thank you for coming. And hello, Raya Ellerton. Thank you so much for coming. We're going to see if we can get some more people in the house. Hey, Jay, did you share the live? Because you know how Facebook is. They're not actually going to show it to where people can find it, and then YouTube's the same way. They want to suppress the Kendrick Johnson case, but we're not going to allow that to happen. We will continue to talk about the evidence. We will continue to talk about the discrepancies. Everybody that's in the building, please share the live. Please hit the like button. We have discovered some major discrepancies this week. Diabolical again. The story just keeps getting darker and darker and darker. And I must, say that everything that we are discussing has not been proven in a court of law. It is our opinions, and it is allegedly. We're in no way accusing somebody factually, but it is our opinion. So, and we're also going to state the fair use disclaimer as well. Again, and then, if anybody wants to join the conversation, please join the conversation. The link is also in the.
Come on, bro.
What's wrong? Are you okay? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Jay, I can hear you. I can hear you. Put a 1 in the chat, guys, if you can hear me. Put a 2 in the chat if you can't hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 2 in the chat if you cannot hear me. All right. Welcome, Azaria Barkley. Welcome. I hope you hit the like button. South Dakota missing person. Welcome. I hope you hit the like button. Hey, Jay, we can hear you. You have to be on YouTube. Are you on YouTube? You have to go to StreamYard, actually. You have to go into StreamYard. Well, okay, so he's having technical difficulties. I don't want to keep you guys holding while he's trying to figure it out. He has to stay on StreamYard. Oh, Jay?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You have to stay on StreamYard. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. We in here. So what we're going to do tonight, and hi, is it Raya Elton? Welcome to Kicking It with Auntie Leah. We're going to listen to a song. You want to tell us about your song, Jay? Lee Hop, thank you for the super chat. Guys, we do have a goal, 10 super chats. On this channel, you are able to become members as well for as low as $2.99 a month. It does help the channel continue to afford the tools that I need to make the content, because it does cost me. So I want to shout out Lee Hop for giving me that super chat. I really appreciate you, dear. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate all my members, all my moderators, everybody that's new, that's been rocking with me on Facebook. I'm so glad to meet you, and you're able to hear me speak instead of me talking. Welcome to Kicking It with Auntie Leah. Jay, tell us about the song you wrote for Kendrick.
It's normally when I do my albums, I throw at least one black political song on my albums.
Mm-hmm.
Like it be a variety of different songs I like to touch bases on.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular song I was just addressing, it's Black History Month, so I was addressing a lot of our issues, what goes on with us as far as the black culture.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
this song have never been heard
Mm-hmm.
to the public.
So when is it? When are you releasing the actual song?
The album is dropping on my birthday, which is February 17th this month.
Perfect. So we are the first people to hear this amazing song. He does have skills. So we're gonna give him the honor of playing his song in lieu of one of Auntie Leah's songography. So that must mean that he's a dope individual. He's been rocking with me. He's actually been rocking with the Johnsons since day one. So shout out to Jay Young 9 for rocking with the Johnsons since day one. You've been down there protesting with them and everything, right? You're actually really close to Miss Johnson. So I appreciate you being on the panel with me. Again, anybody that wants to come up on the panel, please hit the link. Let's talk about this. Not enough people are talking about Kendrick Johnson. And when I tell you justice is coming, justice is coming. Shout out Barbara J for your $10 super chat. I appreciate you. I love you. And yes, welcome everybody to the community. Hey, Fluff. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the $5 super chat. We appreciate you as well. I'm thankful for my Jag Nation family always rocking with me. So without further ado, let's get into this song that is written by
the one and only
Young 9.
I see the sun dip low behind the hill. The air is heavy, but the world stands still. The question lingers, soft as the breeze. Why do we fall when we long to be free?
Why we have to be white or famous for our light to matter? From birth, the color of our skin tone had to shatter. Automatic criminal authorities when we label. To our queens, they just set it up for them to be unstable. Depending on government assistance because of poverty. We quit to own a social media page instead of property. We'd rather work for the system than to try to fight them. For a cause for our people, we at war not reunited. Tell me what is justice to a black man? Oh, when a black man kills a black man. Paranoid Glock 40 on the nightstand. Rather be safe than sorry with the right plans. Feeling like you need makeup to define beauty. Mind over matter, this is not a movie. Every child support case over a deadbeat. Or you just money hungry, can't stand on your own feet. A builder, we painting pictures that are not clear. We giving false hope and the image is not sincere. Why when a black person down, it's like we gotta kick them. Cause of love, we just judge, we the one that pick them. Can't get because they use it against you. They go through the extreme measures just to get your attention. Got rappers promoting drugs and violence. For the woke rappers, they rather it's just to be silent. Too many mothers seeking justice for their child. Seem like we gotta shed tears before we smile. When we vote, we just voting for the next puppet. The bad thing about it, they both be corrupted. Invisible chains, but could never be free. You can walk in my shoes, but could never be me. Martin Luther King said he had a dream, but it won't come out of sleep. Let the chorus sing.
Searching for love, never lie. A choir of hope, steady hum,
Telling me that the dawn is.
telling me that the dawn will come.
Whisper a prayer
In the night, oh, they ride, carried on wings, Lord.
they touch the sky.
Oh,
Hallelujah,
hallelujah,
tears we cry.
never die.
Tell me how we come together if we constantly beefing. Manipulation from the news, social media, and teachers. Broken homes is at the all-time high. Kids are fatherless, mothers builders, so I can see why. Mainly your kind is the roots of too deep to cut out. That we can't get along for too long without falling out. Our definition of living is partying instead of us living comfortable. You can be the best, but only after death is when they honor you. Selling food stamps to get by. Oppositions are faking, but really racist inside. But we against each other too. Living proof, drinking through all the sorrow. Killing you, sentence you from the time that is borrowed. Never can get it back. Feeling with two attacks, to drama and a couple rats. Typical cause we play. Never can get it back. Feeling with two attacks, to drama and a couple rats. Typical cause we play.
All right, all right, all right. Dope, nephew, dope. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, how did you guys like the song? I truly enjoyed the song myself. Like I said, it's a dope song. You know how I like my songs to be a little, churchy slash hip hop. So I really enjoyed that. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with Miss Johnson. When did you come into the picture, Jay?
I came as picture about 5 or 6 years ago.
5 or 6 years ago.
hmm Um, I think I actually was incarcerated when all that first happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I met Miss Jackie. They was coming to Douglas, which is my city.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they was doing a little walking and stuff over there in Douglas, and I
Mm-hmm.
ended up meeting her right along with the Black Panther party.
Really?
And that's when I actually sat down, talked with her a little bit, and they introduced me to the Black Panthers,
Mm-hmm.
and then getting me and two others to actually form the Revolutionary Black Panther Party chapter in Valdosta.
Mm-hmm.
So it basically was like surrounding counties a little bit, and we ended up forming that, and that's when we started doing our little protesting and doing stuff for the communities and stuff like that.
What's up? That's what's up. You want to go ahead and tell them about the different things that we discovered this week that are very critical to the investigation? I'm actually looking for some documentation. Y'all know I be saving stuff. Don't know where Auntie. I'm 51 years old. Y'all know I got glitches, and I apologize. And you guys that are new that are here with me today, you guys have to understand I'm just real. I'm not some polished person. I'm actually a very bold person, and I just tell it like it is. But you did have to talk about something. Remember, you wanted to talk about something
Yeah.
regarding. Go ahead and do that while I find my document that I'm trying to talk about.
Okay. An issue happened. That had to be cleared up, and everybody have to realize. Everything that we say is for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we know that, what I'm saying, we reach it, like in the state of Georgia is like this case has been put in view into everybody that's high power in Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like no one's trying to deal with the case. So
Mm-hmm.
we've been reaching out to other higher powers in
Right.
other states and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
uh a couple of people felt offended and feel like, oh, they can't do this. It's not their power to do this.
Mm-hmm.
The thing everybody have to realize is that we're not asking them to even jump on the case. We know it's out of their jurisdiction,
Right.
but by a lot of people that's being a higher power, their word is power.
Right.
The tongue is powerful. So like let's just say if I was on the other side of the country and I hear about this and I have a lot of power, just my voice, if I spoke it to my country, I
Mm-hmm.
mean my state, you know, if I spoke it to my state, that's more people that can be involved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can talk to other FBI's over there, you know what I'm saying? Like, and other uh private investigators, you know what I'm saying? It's all about networking. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? We're networking, trying to network to get people to understand, like, this case need to be looked at. It need to be reopened and all of that. And saying everybody have to realize that is the main focus.
Correct.
And the devil, when you know what I'm saying, when the devil, which I say is negative energy, once that get into the ball of positive energy, it affects the whole purpose of what's going on.
I agree.
So everybody have to realize the main focus is getting justice for Kendrick Johnson.
That's right. Justice is coming too. We've been working hard, digging into the evidence, debunking their narrative, finding discrepancies. We are determined. We are what you call KJ's army. And what Miss Johnson's favorite other hashtag is there is work to do. The petition is doing pretty good. I'll go ahead and bring that up, and I'll put the link in the description, in the comments as well. I want to bring the petition up real quick so you can take a look at how well it's going. It's actually a little higher than that now. So within a little over 2 weeks, we have gained 35,527 signatures. Our goal is 50,000 signatures. So please, everybody, whoever can sign this link, please, if you want justice for KJ, we're asking for a special prosecutor. It doesn't matter what I find if I can't get it in front of the judge. So we really need you guys to really focus on pushing this, not prescription, that's what I take, but petition out, so we can get justice for this kid that every time I think about the whole situation, it angers me. I'm emotional. I'm sad. I'm outraged. You have all these different emotions that's pulling you in all different, directions because one, they allegedly, planned this out. We saw the video last week where the High Justice, hey, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you being here, ma'am. And thank you. We got a new member alert. Okay. So we watched the video where we saw the three African-American boys and the Caucasian guy walk into the gym with KJ, the white guy walked in prior to, and then the three African-American, looked like they was, conspiring, one was hiding in the bathroom. You guys remember that? Put a 1 in the chat. If you don't, I can run it back real quick. But if you remember that video, put a 1 in the chat. We clearly saw the setup, right, Jay?
Yes, ma'am.
We clearly saw that he didn't go in that gym alone, but yet the first autopsy is based off that lie. If y'all want me to run the video back, put a 2 in the chat. I will run it back. Okay. They want us to run the video back. You guys got the petition link? Perfect. Let me stop sharing this and let Auntie go find the video. And share. Wrong thing. But, yep, wrong thing again. Again, I have issues finding stuff sometimes, so please.
We got
with me.
So much. You got so much. And thank everybody that liked the song and stuff. I'm just not coming into the chats and looking at everything. Hey everybody.
Perfect. Okay, so I don't know if this one has, what was the name? Oh, I know what it's called. Hold on a second. That's the wrong video, guys. I apologize. I have so many videos out here. So I don't want that one. I want a different one. So how do I stop sharing this screen? Stop share. And video file is a different one. And it's called the handoff, I believe. Okay, here it is. So that's like
on January 10th, 2013, Kendrick Johnson walks into the Lowndes County High School gym, only to never be seen and heard from again. He disappeared without a trace. It was said that he walked into the gym alone, but that's not what the video evidence shows. On January 11th, 2013, Kendrick Johnson was found deceased in the gym at Lone County High School in a vertical standing, rolled up gym mat upside down and head first. The kids notice Kendrick is approaching the gym.
Watch this very closely.
Then what happens next appears to be an item handed off to the Caucasian kid in the red shirt. The kid in all black walks away because he knows what is about to go down. Next, the white kid in the red shirt enters the gym right before Kendrick.
This kid right here comes out of the bathroom. Why were you hiding in the bathroom, sir? What are you guys plotting? You know what I'm saying? Yes, Mike Jones, that's him in W12. I forgot. I can't say. It's W12ATH. Welcome. Yes. That is one of the theories that they beat him and stumped him, hit him with a weight, wrestling move, died under the bleachers, and stuffed him in a mat. That his name is Kendrick Johnson. He's been gone for 13 years, and they have been lying to us. They have been lying to us, and we call it the cover up. So we're going to get into it. So you see what happened. So clearly he didn't go into the gym alone, right? So why does the first autopsy base her findings off? Well, it was an accident. There was no one else in the gym with him. He went into the gym alone. Ma'am, it didn't. He didn't, right? We see that he didn't. All right. Correct, Mike Jones. Allegedly, that's what they said, but you're going to find out that's not true.
Family, now I want you to watch it again.
At this point, it's like nothing they said was correct at all.
By the end of this live, you guys gonna be shocked.
The whole thing was a lie.
Yes, you guys gonna be definitely shocked.
Go to handoff.
There's the handoff, guys. Pay attention. They just handed something to the Caucasian guy in the red shirt. Caucasian guy's looking at Kendrick.
Next, the black kid in white shirt, shorts, and red backpack relays the message to the kid waiting in the bathroom and said, "Come on, it's about to go down."
I'm
The
speculating
black
what this
kid
looks
in
like.
the striped shirt exits the bathroom, and the last three kids walked into the gym after Kendrick to
He
either
got about
watch
right there.
or
He
participate.
started like he was
Right.
running.
Now, right.
Family, what do you think they handed to the kid in the red shirt?
What do you guys think? I kind of think I figured it out. I haven't put it out there yet, guys. Facebook, I am going to put it out there soon. But I think it was brass knuckles. Because on his autopsy photos, there are some markings on his body that resemble brass knuckles. And this is not the only handoff. It's another handoff that happened in the cafeteria as well. And this handoff was handed to the actual alleged perpetrator, Brian Bell. Brian Bell. It was a kid in the lunchroom, reached down in his shoe, picked something out of his shoe, gave it to Brian. Brian tried to play it off, circled back, came around, and pushed Kendrick. Do you guys remember that? Or do you guys need me to show you that video next? Because I can show you that video.
And this is the same person that say he didn't see Kendrick the whole day.
Correct. Let's go ahead and see if we can bring that up for them so you can see the other handoff. And there is another video that shows Kendrick running in the gym, but that's the last time you clearly see Kendrick. I say clearly. There is a silhouette of Kendrick in that video as well. It's just so much, I don't know what to call it. Just know that there were witnesses, and it was more than one, but people didn't talk. Well, they tried to talk, but they were silenced, right? They were silenced. All right, hold on. All right. So let's go back and let's take a look at this one.
School surveillance video captures Kendrick Johnson at lunch for what would have been his last meal on the day of his disappearance. Less than
No,
24
that's
hours
Brian
later,
in
his
all black
lifeless
right there.
body would be found in a
Right.
rolled-up
It's
chicken
gonna slow
wrap,
down.
leaving lots of
You
unanswered
see the
questions.
push right there already.
Mm-hmm. Now watch it closely. Here's Kendrick right here.
Watch an unknown student
Watch
reach
the student
down
right
and
here.
retrieve something from his shoe and pass it to Brian Bell.
You're gonna see Brian Bell walk up to him. That's Brian Bell.
Brian Bell retrieves
Back
the
up.
item, walks away, circles back, and pushes Kendrick Johnson. Then Brian meets up with someone in the back of the lunchroom. Who? Now, family, let's watch this one more time, but slower. Can anyone identify the two girls standing with the boy that's handing something to Brian?
So there's the handoff. Brian's gonna play it off. Kendrick is right here, guys. Hold on a second.
Cooperated with investigators, only 2, according to the case file, refused to talk to police. The 2 were former Lowndes High School wrestler and now 18-year-old Brandon Bell and his younger brother, a classmate of KJ's. According to a 500-plus page case file, their father is FBI agent Rick Bell, who referred investigators to his son's attorney, and he advised them not to talk to police. Those interviews may have been relevant as students told investigators Johnson and the younger Bell boy, both varsity football players, had a fight on a school bus on the way to a game the year before, suggesting a simmering feud. Still, police reached out to Agent Bell a second time about talking to his sons. His attorney stated after consulting with the father of Brandon Bell and his brother, he had advised them not to make a statement, and therefore the pair would not be meeting with investigators. Meanwhile, a closer look at the attendance records of the younger Bell boy on the day of KJ's disappearance shows he was not tardy or absent. As for the older brother, Brandon Bell, student records show that he and other wrestling team members were excused from 3rd and 4th block classes in order to attend a wrestling tournament 2 hours away in Macon, Georgia. While it's unclear when exactly the team left campus, the court-ordered release of surveillance video shows Brandon numerous times the day KJ went missing. Here, footage shows that after at least 2 class periods have elapsed, Bell is crisscrossing the hallway in front of the old gym, in the vicinity where Kendrick Johnson's body would be found the following morning. As far as the video here of KJ at lunch, we have confirmed that it...
All right, what you just watched is Brandon Bell, which is Brian Bell's older brother, on camera. Now, allegedly, Brian's alibi is that he was supposed to be on the school bus at 12:30 p.m., not at school, at the same time that Kendrick Johnson was seen walking in the gym, which is 1:09 p.m. per the timestamp on the video. Okay, but here's the kicker: he's supposed to be going to a wrestling tournament, right? And the reason why he changed clothes, you guys, he was walking through the halls changing his clothes, and this is the reason that he gave the public. Oh, I was changing clothes because I was going to a wrestling tournament, and I had to weigh in, and we had to leave at 12:30. Now listen, check this out. You see him walking in the halls, right? You see a kid next to him who I thought was Brian Bell, but honestly, I don't really know who that is, to be honest, because they have his face blurred out. But to me, he's Brian Bell. He has no shoes on. Remember the shoes in the gym with the blood and the dread and the hair. This kid's walking through the hall
With no shoes on.
with no shoes on during the day at school, right? And then we come to find out there was an interview, and I wonder if I can bring this up. That they interviewed the bus driver, the wrestling bus driver, right? They interviewed him. And at first he said they wanted to know what time that they left, for the tournament, wrestling tournament. He said he didn't know. He didn't remember at that time. And then they refreshed his memory. Let me see if I can upload it. Hold on. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. And then he changed the story. But here's another red flag. The wrestling tournament was in Macon, Georgia. Guess how long it takes to get to Macon, Georgia?
2 hours.
2 hours. Now guess how Now guess when the wrestling match actually was?
The next day.
The next morning. There was no reason for the school to let the kids out that early to take a 2-hour drive when the tournament was the next day. So he had to create this whole lie to go along with the alleged cover-up. So no, he was at school. He was there. He was there.
He seen KJ.
He seen KJ. He was not on the bus to a tournament. I'm trying to find the article. Hold on a second. I think I shared the wrong thing. That's why I can't. I have to share an image file. Let's see. Yep. Hold on. I'm gonna let you see what the bus driver. He got all caught up. He told the truth in the beginning, and then on top of that, he actually logged the departure time as 4:00 p.m. on the 10th.
Hold on, Auntie. I can't hear you.
They can hear me. Can you hear me?
Your volume.
Guys, can you hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. My volume? What's wrong with my volume? I don't know. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me.
Your volume.
Yeah, it's you, Jay. It's you. They can hear me. Okay. So he actually put on the actual travel log.
Might be mine then. I can't
It
even
is.
hear.
He put on an actual travel log that they left at 4:00 p.m. on January the 10th. That made more sense. Not 12:30 p.m. when it only takes 2 hours to get to Macon, and the tournament didn't start to the next day. So he said, okay, this is a small clip it from CBS News. 48 hours, Crime Cider spoke with White, which is the bus driver, on November the 18th, 2014, and asked him whether he recalled what time the bus departed Lowndes High School for the tournament on the day Kendrick Johnson was last seen. White said, I drive for a living, and I've done so many trips, I couldn't even begin to remember. That's what White said. It was over a year ago, almost 2 years. It was 1 year and 11 months later. So, I wouldn't remember either, right? So then it says, but Lowndes County authorities, which is the sheriff, office, the head of, I would say the second head to the alleged cover-up. The Lowndes County authorities said in their newly released file that they also spoke with White on November the 18th, and that after they refreshed his memory by telling him that the weigh-in for the tournament was between 4 and 6, White told them the bus left around 12:30. Again, if it takes 2 hours to get to Macon, Georgia, and even if the weigh-in for the tournament was at 4, you don't need to leave at 12:30 for 2 hours. But again, the log said they left at 4, not 12:30. Makes sense. So White told them that the bus left around 12:30 p.m. after they refreshed his memory. Hold on, Jay. And also, he said he believes they stopped in Perry, Georgia for a restroom break. So now he done threw an extra memory in there. They done told him to say that they stopped somewhere, just for an additional lullaby. That's what I call it, a lullaby. Because clearly he's lying and they lying as well. So When asked by the authorities if he recalled the athletes who were on that very trip, specifically the wrestler Johnson's parents singled out, which was Brandon Bell, Brian Bell's older brother, he miraculously remembered, oh, yeah, he was on the bus, but that's not what you used to say. I mean, that's not what you just said. You know what I'm saying? How did your memory become so precise? Well, um, okay. Are you there, Jay? Well, because they refreshed his memory. They coerced him. They fed him what they wanted him to say. So that was also odd. So after that, so he's the kid. You see Brandon Bell running through the office with no, through the hallways by the gym, in and out of the old gym where Kendrick's body was found, rolled up in a gym mat. The kid with him, who I believe is Brian Bell, allegedly, may not be because I can't see his face, had no shoes on. On the crime scene, there was a pair of shoes with blood on it and hair in it. Make that make sense? Does that make sense to any of you? No. So we discovered that this weekend. This week. So that's not the only thing that we discovered this week. We did a major write-up, and I have a person. She's been a forensic virologist, forensic specialist. Guys, Auntie Leah has a speech impediment. I normally use voiceovers. Please forgive me. I do my best, especially when I'm talking about things. Sometimes I don't know how to pronounce words and I stutter. But she was so kind to put together what we believed actually happened, because the blood evidence does not show or prove that Kendrick Johnson was ever in that mat upside down, and the mat is vertical. I hope you guys can see this. I don't know why it's not in color, but this is how it came up. But what you're looking at is the analysis. This is the mat that Kendrick was in. I really need to find the color one. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can go find, so you guys can actually see the blood. Just give me a moment. Jay, you can talk while I'm looking. Again, I apologize. I normally make the videos, but I've been so deep in research mode that I just have not been able to actually put together videos to explain everything for me. So I'm having to show you the documentation and let's just talk about it.
I don't know what had happened to me. I couldn't hear nothing.
You have to stay on StreamYard.
Yeah, I was. The volume just went off. That's why I went off of it and came back.
Oh, okay.
I can
That's
hear you.
strange.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm talking about everything. Everything just went completely silent. I could see you talking and stuff like that, and I see people responding to you, but I couldn't hear nothing.
Wow, that is very strange.
They're trying to stop me, boy.
Yep. Hold on a second. You know what? I wasn't going to do this, but I hope that this doesn't offend anyone, but there's a live that's, have you guys ever heard of Sloan Bella? Now listen, I'm a Christian. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what faith you are. Please don't judge me, but she did like a video. You ever heard of her? Sloan Bella?
Mm-hmm.
On Kendrick. And she said something that was very, very interesting that I recently actually saw yesterday that I didn't release yet. In her reading, she basically said that the reason why they got rid of Kendrick's organs was because there was damage to the liver. Well, I found the damage to the liver that she was talking about. Even though we don't have the liver, I can see the hemorrhaging. I can see the hemorrhaging on the autopsy photos. What I can't show you are the real autopsy photos. But what I can show you is an AI image of this autopsy photo so that you can see the area that I identified where the damage was. All right. I thought that was very interesting. Like I said, I don't really get into that type of stuff, but sometimes they be on point. Let me see. And to me, she hit that one. I don't know if she had the autopsy file. I don't know how she would have had that, but you will see. Um, I guess what she saw. I'm having trouble finding stuff. I can't find it's in here. And I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus.
She probably an expert. She probably can, a lot of them that be in that field. All they have to do is look at an image, and they can tell you, the
Could be.
the
All I know is she called it. And all I know is I found it. I had to actually Google where the liver was. Honestly, I didn't know which side of the body the liver was actually on, guys. Where is this picture? I have it all the time, and now I'm having the hardest time finding it. But I gotta be able to show it to you. I've showed it to you before.
She said something about the little, and wasn't the shoe print there? Oh yeah, you
Hmm.
saw. Yeah, it had a shoe print right there.
Yep. Everything that I'm showing you is on my Facebook page. YouTube kind of basically strips our rights of showing some images. So I'm limited to what I'm able to really show on YouTube. They really do censor us a lot, but my Facebook page is basically pretty much raw.
Hmm.
I show a lot of the images over there, so please feel free to go over there and just take a look at all the evidence that we have. Yeah, this is crazy right here. This is just crazy. Hold on a second. Be a little patient with me. Let me slow down.
Take your time. Take your time.
I know it's just I'm not used to freestyling, and right now that's what I'm doing. I'm freestyling. I'm very used to having my video together, so I can talk through my presentation. And now I can't find the image that I was trying to actually show y'all, but I know the image is here. And then I can't find the report. I can tell you about things, but I can't really show you if I don't find my visual.
You know what? Start opening up a file. Open up a new file,
Hmm.
and click and drag it. Start dragging it to that file.
Okay, so here we are. I did not realize until this is his real autopsy photos, guys. Disclaimer, but they're not the true ones. They are AI imaged, but they are replicas of it. Does that make sense? Here is where the liver area begins. You see this red part right here? Put a one in the chat if you can see what I'm pointing to. Can you see what I'm pointing to?
I'm trying to see.
I don't know if I'm able to show me pointing at something.
It never should have had the mouse over there.
Right. So turn it. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So you see where I'm pointing? It's up. It's upper right. Okay. So your liver sits right up under your rib cage. Let me take this off. You see this redness right here? That's where the top of the liver is, right here, and that's where hemorrhage is. So I wanted to point that out. I found that, and then if you look at Kendrick's brain, you'll see that the right side of his brain is swollen.
Hmm.
It's bigger than the left side. Blunt force trauma, right? Blunt force trauma, and I wish I can show you the back of his neck. I cannot do that, but it is blunt force trauma to his neck and blunt force trauma to his right side of his jaw. But Dr. Marianne Gaffney Craft, the lady that is allegedly a part of the cover up that completed the first autopsy, stated not only did he walk in the gym alone, which we just debunked, that there was no signs of trauma, right?
Hmm.
But then the Johnsons got a second autopsy where Dr. William Anderson found the trauma to the right side of Kendrick's body. And that's what he said unalive Kendrick twice. He said it twice. He did a second autopsy, then he turned around and did a third autopsy, cut open his right side of his chest and found this hemorrhage right here. Yet, it still says positional asphyxia with no evidence that Kendrick actually suffocated. The lungs in positional asphyxia would be heavy. Well, Kendrick's lungs was normal weight.
Yep.
Actually, they was less than normal. They were underweight. You know why? Because what they did was they intentionally tried, allegedly, to speed up the decomposition to Kendrick's body. That's what they did. Intentionally wanted to speed up the decomposition to hide the evidence. So and I see the organs, you're looking at them, they're there. So they was not taken prior to the first autopsy. You clearly are seeing them. But what I find odd is that, yes, pathologists, it's normal to remove the organs. They have to examine the organs, right? They weigh the organs, right? She notates nothing is wrong with the organs. Did not take not one single picture. I got all these photos. Where's the liver? Because I'm looking for organs. No pictures of the organs, nowhere. Not only that, she lied and said that she returned the organs to Kendrick's body, put the chest cavity back over his chest, released the body to the transport company, which was Owens Transport, and took it to Harrington Funeral Services, homes or services in Valdosta. Mind you, the GBI, which is where she works, the facility, it takes over 2 hours. 2 hours. It takes almost 3 hours to get from Macon, that part of Macon, this small town, to Valdosta. Now here's the ticker. Kendrick's body arrived at 6:50 a.m. on January 14th. She didn't start our autopsy until 9:40 a.m. I'm going off memory, guys, because I can't find the documents. I mean, I can find that. But she started at 9:40 a.m. Her autopsy, her report, her deposition says the autopsy ended at 11 o'clock a.m. Mind you, keep in mind how long it takes to get to Valdosta from the facility, almost 3 hours. Okay. She said she released the body back to Owens Transport at 11 a.m. The Johnsons were at the funeral home at 12 o'clock p.m. Kendrick's body was already there. So how is it possible for you to do an autopsy at 9:40 a.m., release the body at 11 a.m., and get from the facility that's in Macon to Valdosta, which
in 1 hour.
In 1 hour. You couldn't do that if you was doing 100 miles an hour. Lies. I actually, and a lot of others, don't believe that Kendrick ever left Valdosta. Hear me out. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. It just doesn't make sense. I believe, I see the pictures, the autopsy photos in the medical office, but the coroner's office has a, autopsy room. So in my opinion, he never left Valdosta. She actually butchered this kid, in my opinion, allegedly, in Valdosta at the coroner's office. That's the only way that he would be able to be at the funeral home prior to 12 o'clock p.m. Lies. Cover up.
Yep.
Okay. So she orchestrated that lie. So now the organs are missing. They don't know it yet. They didn't realize, the Johnsons didn't know that Kendrick's organs were gone until Dr. Bill Anderson wanted to exhume Kendrick's body. to do the second autopsy. That's when they opened him up and he was stuffed with newspaper. Disrespectful. Not an organ in sight. I mean, they took every single organ down to his tongue. And they did it not for organ harvesting because he was already deceased. You can't harvest deceased organs. I really wish that false narrative would disappear. They did it for two reasons. She was a part of the cover up. Allegedly, I said it, Dr. Gaffney Craft. Because why else would you not return his organs and try to blame it on the transport company, which also in return tried to blame it on the funeral home? But said one thing happened. You had an autopsy tech in the room with you, Dr. Gaffney Craft, who you didn't tell him the memo. You didn't tell him the lie that you was going to conjure up in your deposition and say that you put him back. No. He told the original coroner, Bill Watson, that no, it didn't go to the funeral. The organs didn't go to the funeral home. We destroyed them. The GBI, Dr. Gaffney Craft. And the reason we destroyed them was due to advanced composition. Both cannot be true. Again, we caught you on another lie. Discrepancy, however you want to say it. Allegedly, no, it's not even alleged because it's on paperwork. It's facts. Coroner Bill Watson, not Dr. Bill Anderson, wrote a letter to the judge, and told him about the conversation he had. Let me see if I can at least find that letter. Hold on. I'm trying to show stuff, and it's getting really irritating that I can't find what I want. What I need to show you stuff. Let me try. Where is the letter? Okay. Oh, here's the letter. So while she's on the stand, here we go. Thank you, Jesus. While she's on the stand in a sworn affidavit deposition, she done took the oath. She's saying, well, I put the organs, in Kendrick's body and shipped it off, and I don't have the organs. The autopsy, rep that was with her by the name of Antonio Harrington, that was actually in the room. This is what Bill Watson says. I'm writing this letter to verify a telephone conversation involving Mr. Antonio Harrington, Mr. Rodney Bryant, death investigators with the state of Georgia, and myself, the Lowndes County coroner. This is in reference to the death of a young man aged 17 years with the name of Kendrick Johnson. Mr. Johnson's family chose to contract the services of Harrington Funeral Homes, which is owned by Antonio Harrington. So you have the funeral home director or owner on the phone, and you have the Rodney Bryant, which is the death investigator that was there doing the autopsy. So they're all on the phone together. So he goes on to say, in the beginning of this saga, Mr. Johnson's partially decomposed body was sent to the medical examiner's office to confirm the cause and manner of death. This case was handled like all other cases that is sent to the lab for the procedure. It is the sole discretion of the Office of Medical Examiner, which was Dr. Marianne, Gaffney Craft, what is done. In this case, the viscera, which are the organs, that's another word for the organs, okay, which are the internal organs, were not sent back with the body for disposition. It was confirmed by Mr. Bryant, who was the death investigator present at the autopsy, taking the photos, that the viscera, can't say the word, I'm sorry, but viscera, I think, were disposed of due to decomposition of the same. So you got your death investigator that's in there with you, and he's taking the pictures for you, saying that no, they were disposed of. The organs were disposed of due to advanced, decomposition. Even though Bill Watson, which is the coroner, said he didn't say advanced. His body was in advanced decomposition stage, did he? No. Okay. So he's saying No, we destroyed the organs, and you're on the stand lying and say, no, you put them in the back in his body. Which one is the truth? Right? I certainly don't believe you, ma'am, because you've lied to me twice already under perjury. You know, you were sworn into court, right hand up, and you lied. So that was crazy. But please keep not Doctor, he's Corner Bill Watson in mind. All right. So, oh my goodness. I need to show you. I can go to my Facebook page. Leah, go to your Facebook page, girl. All the stuff is on there. I can just pull up my Facebook and show you these photos. I don't know why I wasn't thinking. My apologies. Let me see if I can find it. And I should be able to find it easy. Just give me a moment. All right, this is going to be crazy, guys. This is going to get real crazy real quick. So, but stay with me. Take your notes. Stay with me because the cover up is diabolical.
How
So the
many?
whole time they've been lying about the injuries showing on Kendrick's body are not real injuries. It's because he was upside down for 17 hours in a vertical mat head first.
So they say.
So they say. But that's not what the evidence shows. And I am almost there.
How many people are online?
I'm not sure. I'm
Can't see.
not right now.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Almost there. All right. So we're gonna go to part 2 of it. Okay, let me go back and share my screen with you. We'll jump right into part 2 of the debunking the mat narrative. So I won't take too much of your time doing this. All right. So this is what I put together. So basically, this is part 2 of debunking the mat theory, and you'll see why. Kendrick Johnson was 17-year-old. I don't need to read all that. On January 11, 2013, Kendrick was found dead inside a rolled up wrestling mat in the school gym during school hours on school property and a place where he should have been safe. The official narrative, the lie they told the world for 13 years, was simple. Kendrick accidentally fell into the upright mat. He became trapped upside down and died from positional asphyxia. Lie. But the evidence has not supported that story. It's never made sense because it's not going to ever make sense because a lie doesn't make sense, right? Now, in part, before I did, no, Kaylee is actually the one who actually put the Matt narrative together. We discussed it, but she's the mastermind behind it. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up page 1. This is the Matt after Kendrick's body was resumed or exhumed or extracted. Look at the blood on the mat. Look at the blood flow. If this mat was vertical, upside down, the blood would be all around the mat
Yep.
evenly, right? But instead, it's pulled to one side of the mat. And on top of that, if this mat had touched that concrete floor, you will see mat rings from the blood on the concrete. Would you not?
Right. Mm-hmm.
No rings on the floor from it standing up. Okay. 2, blood evidence only pulled on one side. That does not support him being vertical upside down in the mat for 17 hours.
That whole all that would have been bloody.
Right. It'd have been evenly, especially the first row.
That first row
All
would
of
have
it.
been.
Yeah.
It
All
was. It would even if it would have soaked it up. It would just. There still would have been the whole circle would have been soaked with
right.
blood.
And then you will see mat rings from the blood. You will see the ring. It's clean. There's no ring because it never touched the floor.
Nope.
All right. So we're here. She's explaining. I actually just gave you the summary of it. The blood is on the bottom of the mat. Um, she's explaining even the way it's dripping down. You know, it doesn't support because it being upside down. Like I said. All right. This is on my Facebook page if you want to go read it in detail. Go through all that. We're looking through the blood evidence. On top of that, Kendrick's legs are completely clean. There's nothing on his legs at all. At all. There are no liver patterns, no bruising, no blanching, no positional pressure marks. If he were truly upside down trapped, he would have been kicking his legs. All kind of stuff would be on his legs, trying to get out of the mat. If he was in there alive, his legs are totally clean. No trauma to the legs, period. No liver patterns, no bruises, no nothing. If he was in that mat for that long, you would see that. Okay. And then you also see dependent lividity in the lower legs and feet. But instead, all the evidence is above. It's in his head, it's in his neck, it's in his chest. Nothing at the bottom. Okay. All right. So she went on to say that because, like I said, she's a forensic specialist. It undermines the upright positional asphyxia story. It absolutely does. Then she said, combine that position with the reconstruction of the mat. Kendrick bled while perfused. Upper body was contacting the rim. We see that. Mat was horizontal or angled, not vertical. I agree, because blood's only on one side.
Yep.
Blood pulled on one side. You see it dripping on one side. He was horizontal in that mat. Makes sense?
Yep.
The upper torso was outside or partially outside. We saw that. We saw it. It looked like he just plopped down. And plus, his shoulders were too wide to even fit in the mat opening. So they couldn't fit him in the mat. That's why his upper torso's outside. Blood ran outward, downward, just like what we just saw, relative to that horizontal angle position that we discovered, right? Now, the mat was propped up by another mat to basically conceal Kendrick's torso. It was never upright. You know why? Because the mat wasn't strapped. And if the mat's not strapped, there's no stability to it. The mat would have tipped over. Period.
Right.
Blank. All right. Let me see. So she said, could this mat have been upright with Kendrick fully inside of it? She said, forensically, no. The blood patterns contradicts that. Does this show upper body was always out, the mat, never vertical? And she went on to say, it strongly supports upper body out, partially out, just like it is right here. I'm sorry, guys. This is him. This is how he was found, just like this. This is why blood is only on half of that mat. He's horizontal. They repositioned him later. The mat was horizontal, just like we're seeing. Over here is a reconstruction of how we believe the mat was propped up. And the yellow mats were used to conceal Kendrick and hold the mat up, because they couldn't hold him up because the mat wasn't strapped at all. It was too flimsy, it fell over. So they used yellow mats to prop it up, and this was his position. He was never upside down vertical in the mat, if that makes sense. I hope it does. All right. So it went on to say, the single most damning detail, the blood did not behave like blood stains from a dead person. It didn't. We see that. Instead, it behaved like circulating blood under pressure. He was still partially alive from his injuries, not all the way unalive. Okay, so circulating blood under pressure, pressed against foam, then gravity affected, which supports compression while alive or grasping for air, which aligns with facial fatetia. I can't say these freaking words. Lord help me. Conjunctival hemorrhage and brain edema, which the autopsy lacked. Brain edema, lung edema. It lacked all of that. Nothing in Kendrick's first autopsy supports positional asphyxia. It just contradicts everything about an accidental upside down suffocation theory.
Mhm.
So again, we went over this. This is how we believed he was found. Okay, so I'm trying to weigh in my mind, right? I'm trying to weigh. Okay, so then what was these students talking about, right? When they found them, how do we explain this? I'm gonna try to speed this up, guys. I can't though. How we explain this? How this doesn't make sense? The students said that they saw feet and socks sticking out the mat. Well, you can still see feet and socks sticking out a tilted mat like this. They never said it was vertical, and they never said he was upside down. They just said they looked in the mat while they was on top of the mat, which is strange, by the way, because my source says in the old gym there was no classes ever held there no more. They had built a new gym. That class was not supposed to be there. Brings me to my next theory was the two girls, which are sisters, and guess what? The sisters are the superintendent of Lowndes High School's daughters that were climbing on top of a mat during class, the life special class, which no teacher will allow, happen to want to lay down on these vertical mats that's not even comfortable. And oh, oops, I see feet and socks. No, ma'am, I don't believe you. And you'll see why. I believe the cover up began on January 10th when Kendrick actually passed away. You got to follow me. And they were part of it. Shame. It's a shame that these parents allegedly will use their children to assist. But hear me out. There was no classes in the old gym. They were always held in the new gym after it's built. I had someone comment on my on one of my posts, which he's now deleted, but I screenshotted him. He was there. He was in the gym when they found Kendrick's body. All right, let me see if I can find those darn screenshots. Lord, I will be more prepared to show you the actual stuff next time. I'm just trying to get through this so I can give you what we found. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find it. But okay. So he said that I asked him, so why would you guys, somebody told me that you guys didn't have, class in the old gym. He said, no, we don't. I said, well, why are you in the old gym? He said, I don't know. He said, I can't remember. For some reason at the last minute, they switched us from the new gym to the old gym. Okay, they're staging. They're staging discovery of the body. And so in the coaches, Lord have mercy, where is it? Hold on a second, guys. I just want to show you these things so bad. This is ticking me off to the utmost. But I need to remain calm and try to get through this. Like I said, I'm not used to doing it this way. I'm used to having a video. So let me see if I can find the incident report so I can show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. I'm going to show you how this contradicts what this actual witness admitted to. Kendrick. No, not that. Come on. Not sheriff narrative. No. There it is. Okay. So what we're actually looking at right now. I don't know if you can see it. No, it's still showing. Okay, hold on a second. Stop share. And slide. And it's still processing. What we're about to see is the actual county incident report. This is the day that they actually, to me, you'll see at the end of this live, this is the day that they allege that they found Kendrick's body. So let's add the storage. Where'd it go? All right. All right. So this is the Lowndes County Sheriff Office incident report. This right, what I'm about to say is not alleged. This is official document. So how do I get to page 2? What the hell? I hate life right now. How do I scroll?
You're on page 2 now.
Am I? Okay. And then I can barely read it. So let me
Okay.
pull this over here. So
It, It let me blow it up.
Cool. I hope you guys can blow it up. So this is January 11, 2013. The detective arrived at Lowndes High School. Go ahead and read along with me, guys, in reference to the death of Kendrick Johnson, basically. Detective Whitener was directed to go to the old gym of the school, where he met with school resource officers. They allowed detectives Whitener to approach the area where the body was discovered. Detective Whitener did not approach the body as it was within a blue mat. Detective Whitener contacted Captain Edwards and advised her to be en route. Detective Whitener was advised that several students were present when the body was discovered, as well as Coach Philip Pipelo of the school, and was directed to an office so that an interview could be conducted. Okay, so this officer said several. Hey, said in the West, don't laugh at me. Listen. So, yeah, okay, I rebuke that. I don't hate life. Okay, so this officer, check it out. He said several students. What the witness, my source that was in my inbox yesterday. I said, okay, so your class was moved all of a sudden, right? How many kids were in the class? Because this right here only said a few was there to, when it happened. He said about 20 to 30 people. I
That's
said
like a
20
10.
to 30.
That's more than a few.
Oh, I said, what do you mean 20 to 30? And I started looking through the report. I said, I'm looking for 20 to 30, interviews.
Right.
Ain't no 20 to 30 interviews. It's 6 interviews plus 1, which is Coach Pipelo. So, in this report, I'm going to keep reading. It says, he stated that the girls have been on top of the wrestling match. The girls are the superintendent's daughters, allegedly the Taylors. Okay. They're sisters. This is what he says. They have been on top of the wrestling match, which were stacked in the corner of the gym. He stated that he thinks that they had motioned for other students within the class to come over to the mats because they believed that they had found something. Pipelo stated that students then began yelling to him to come over and that they thought that they had found someone in the mats. Okay. He stated that he could not wait a minute. He stated that he climbed the mats, and when he reached the top, first of all, what do you mean you climbed the mats? How you gonna climb the mats? Do you mean that you got on the bleachers
That's the
and
only way.
on top of the net? Because you can't climb those mats. What are you talking about? Okay, all right, we'll keep going. You didn't climb those mats, okay? That was a lie. You didn't even have to because he wasn't even vertical. Okay,
Exactly.
period. Why would you think that the world would think that you Spider-Man and able to climb mat? Okay, Mr. Pipelo. Anyway, he said that when he reached the top of the mat, he pulled it from the top down to the floor when he noticed that the person was deceased. He said, wait a minute, I done skipped something. Auntie, calm down, Leah. He said that he could not move the person, so he climbed down and began to pull away the mats from the outside, trying to get to the mat the person was in, that Kendrick was in. He stated that students helped him clear the mat. Please keep that in mind. He stated that students helped him to clear the mat by pulling them down from the top. How, sir? Those mats was like 6 to 7 feet tall, but okay. Mr. Pipelo became upset and was having a hard time speaking. He then stated that he does not remember who called 911, but that he had all the children leave the gym area. Please keep that in mind. He had all the children leave the gym area after they discovered Kendrick's body and pulled the mats down. He stated that the main children who would have information on discovering the body were being held within a classroom and would allow the detectives to speak with them. Violation number 2. Who holds witnesses in the same area?
You
You
don't do
separate
that.
witnesses. So
No.
you put these few students, 6 to be exact, in the same classroom so they can talk amongst themselves to get their story together. Because as you read this report, all their stories are the same. All of them. I'm like, come on. But anyway, so that's what happened. So the detectives then met with the sisters, and she stated that while she was in class, she and her sister were on top of the mats, repeating. All the students stayed the same, very vague, No detail. They had nothing else to say. All of them. 6 students. Okay. So he comes on my status after I post, look, guys, look, Bomb said, look, what's going on here? Only 6 people was in this gym. What kind of class was this? And I'm talking about normal stuff, right? Like that, y'all lying. Okay. So he comes up under my stat, popping his shit, and he's talking about, you're wrong. It wasn't 2 girls that found Kendrick's body. It was a girl and a boy.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, really? Tell me, a little bit more about it, right? So he jumped in my inbox. He was leaving comments on the outbox. I said, no. I said, hold on. I got the paperwork. I got the official report. It says 2 sisters found Kendrick's body. They were on top of the map, but you're telling me it was a girl and a boy. And he was like, yeah, it was so-and-so and so-and-so. I don't want to release their name, and I don't want to tell his because he's a source. So I posted it, okay, look, pop my shit. This the paperwork, Steve. Well, shoot, I don't say his name. But so since you said that and you get on my status lying, I want you to explain why the official report says 2 girls.
Exactly.
And then he starts spilling the beans. So we start talking. Then it started making sense. I said, so see, it wasn't 2 girls. And I said, so that's when I asked him how many students was in the gym. He said 20 to 30. I said, what happened? What happened, when you found out that they found Kendrick's body? He said, they told us all the students to leave.
They didn't even. He say they didn't even interview him?
Because he said all the students had to leave prior to them finding Kendrick's body. So after, this is my thing, they lying through their teeth. Okay. He said there was no students left in the gym. It was only adults when they pulled the mask down. I said, so you mean tell me y'all didn't help him pull down on masks? He said, no, all the students had to leave. So everything that these kids said were made up in that classroom. They were not even they were made to leave immediately out of the gym. While this coach said, oh, I didn't tell him to leave until after he pulled the mats down and saw his body. That's why they didn't interview the rest of the kids. Because it was only 6 to 7 people in the pack, in the cover-up, in the agreement. So, quit lying, Lowndes County, allegedly. So I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, so the whole discovery was set up. The whole discovery was staged. Only key people, it's crazy work, that they chose. And guess what? All the people, guess who their friends were, Jay? Guess what family they were good friends with, allegedly? What prominent family that's names all over this case as alleged suspects? The Bells. Every last person that was involved in the discovery of Kendrick's body were allegedly really close to the Bell brothers and the Bells. Now check this out. Brian Bell, Brandon Bell are allegedly the ones who played the part in unaliving Kendrick. We talked about that. Their father, Rick Bell, is an FBI agent. Cover up. So that happened. Go ahead.
You know what I was thinking about?
What?
When they said something about them sitting on them.
Jenny, good question. You know what? You went mute. I can't hear you, nephew. Okay. I think he's having troubles again. Jenny, good question. Great question. You know what? I sure would like to get somebody to talking because I believe that the 2 girls that we saw walking behind Brandon Bell while he's running through the halls, changing clothes and weighing himself for a tournament that started on January 11th and not 10th. Or the other 2 girls, when they did the handoff in the kitchen, the reach down in the sock and hand Brian Bell the alleged brass knuckles, and Brian circles back and pushes Kendrick. It was 2 girls there too. Y'all remember that video? Y'all seen them? Yeah. Why would it be foolish for us not to believe it? I'm not saying that's who it was as facts, but it's not far-fetched for us to believe that, right? Because we've been lied to. All right. So I'm thinking, so I'm like, boom, bam, I'm going to post this because I'm trying to make everybody mad. I'm posting, you lied, y'all staged the discovery of the body, y'all staged everything. I'm calling everybody. I'm tagging FBI, GBI, I don't care. I'm Jaguar Right on Facebook in this bitch. That's right, Jag. Thank you very much. That's how I was, and that's how I am. I'm bold with it and not scared at all. I'm calling you out, Rick. I'll call all of them out because everybody else is scared to talk. Somebody got to talk for this kid that they unalived and thought that they were so privileged and had so much money that they had the right to take somebody's kid from out of being jealous and then put the same family to torture for 13 long years and think that they gonna get away with it. You done went off and got married, had your kids, went to college, cheater, popping your shit. No, sir, because that's not the end. All staged. All staged. Plenty other discrepancy, y'all. Y'all need to go and get over there to my Facebook. Y'all gonna be amazed. And like I said, I don't know how, I did all this but God. And I'm sorry, Lord, for cussing, but that's all it was. He know I cuss. You know what? He still love me anyway. He loves me anyway. But yes, I got this type of, strength and wisdom from Jaguar Right is what it is. Courage. So I'm flipping through paperwork again. So I'm like, dang, this whole thing is staged. And then I come across Bill Watson's Coroner report. I heard about the news story. I didn't have that document, but it was another young lady who also is on the case as well. Her name is Erica Miller. She had found the document. She asked me if I had the document. I was like, no, that's the only report I really don't have. And then about 15 minutes later, she had the report. So I go to her, her page, and I'm looking at her status. I'm looking at the sheriff the coroner's report. Let me bring that up. Exhibit number. Let me bring up exhibit number XYZ, so you can see what I'm talking about. No, just so you can follow me. If I'm going too fast, I'm sorry. I'm really trying to get through this. Where is coroner report? Okay, there's the first coroner report. There was a little scandal going on. First of all, tell them what the coroner said when he got. First of all, the coroner on the 11th, when Kendrick was found, he was supposed to be called immediately, but that was all a ruse too. But they called him 5 to 6 hours later. But that, he was outraged, but that was fake outrage. Actually, the outrage began on January the 10th, and I'm gonna show you why. All right, is this the right one? This is so. CNN asked for the coroner reports, right? CNN called Bill Watson. He gave his report. His report is signed. Then Lowndes County Sheriff Department gave them their copy of the coroner's report, which is not signed. This is Lowndes County right here. This is not Bill Watson's. And on this report, you'll see that it says notification date, January 11, 2013. This is page 1 of it. Because CNN, and I could play that video while I'm looking for all the documentation. Hold on a second. That's what I'll do. Let me pull that up so you can watch that real quick while I'm finding the documentation so I don't have to explain the CNN, stuff. So hold on a second. Video file. Lord, please let me find this video. Auntie need to go back to making videos, don't I, y'all?
Yeah.
I'm trying to freestyle.
Man, that guy's a genius. If we own that right there, like we caught on to that right there, that is genius.
Oh, he is a genius. Bill
I
Watson.
So you got a new document from the coroner who was involved in Kendrick's case. What did you find out?
Can you guys hear
You
this?
know, the Johnsons really wanted to get some details from that video, that blurry video you just showed, about how this investigation was handled. They say it was bungled at best, used as a cover-up at the very worst. Well, we now have details from an official on the scene, the coroner, Bill Watson, about that investigation. Here it is. It's coroner's death investigation report. I'm going to read from it. He writes, the investigative climate was very poor to worse when I arrived on the scene. The body had been noticeably moved, the scene had been compromised, and there was no cooperation from law enforcement at the scene. He goes on to say, Anderson, that information necessary for my lawful investigation was withheld. Now, this is one version of the coroner's death investigation report. This is another. This one was sent to us as a result of an open records request from the coroner's office, and it's signed and dated. This copy was given to us in May by the sheriff's office, and again last week as a result of that law enforcement. It does not have the description that I just read, nor is it signed by the coroner. Two versions of the same report.
Wait a minute. I have not heard of that. I mean, this is stunning. There are two different versions of the same document, and the official one that the police and others have given you doesn't have any of what the coroner said about compromised crime scenes, about lack of cooperation from law enforcement. It's basically a completely kind of whitewashed version. Is that right?
Exactly. There are two versions, and the version that does not have the description was given to us twice by the sheriff's office. Initially when we asked for documents in May, and then again just last week as a result of that law enforcement. So of course, we called the attorney who represents both the sheriff and the coroner to ask, well, is the description true? Which information was withheld? Why are there two versions? And what's the response from the sheriff's office? Well, this is the statement he sent us as a response to our request. I'm going to read it to you. In light of the U.S. Attorney's review of this matter, the Lowndes County Sheriff and the Lowndes County Coroner will not comment further on this case. They will fully cooperate and respond to all inquiries of the United States Attorney. So no response and an indication they won't be responding to our questions in the future.
I mean, the best possible explanation, just I can think of off the top of my head, is that they're basically just trying to cover their incompetent investigation, according to the coroner. But then you could also say that they're actually trying to hide something beyond just an incompetent investigation.
Well, once we found these two documents and saw the differences, again, this just given to us last week, and this one in just a few days as well, two versions, but we wanted to give them the opportunity to explain.
Sure.
No explanation offered.
The hours of surveillance video you talked about that the family has asked a judge to get involved with, how so? I mean, how do they want that?
Well, the attorneys say that they believe that this video has been tampered with. They believe it's been edited, and that one angle that shows the mat in the corner, they believe that has been intentionally blurred. You can't see the tops of the mats. Of course, that's where they say that Kendrick climbed in. They are planning to file a lawsuit to ask a judge to take custody of the original hard drive from the school district so that they can hire a forensic expert in computers to determine if it's been tampered.
All right. I apologize. I couldn't find the video that I had made quieter, but I will post that video. I have it on. I don't know why. Why do I keep coming over here? Just stay on Facebook, Leah. The stuff is everywhere on Facebook. You can just pull up your status. I'm sorry. I'm trying, guys. Let me get back to Facebook. That's the best way to show you these things. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not used to doing this freestyle stuff. Let me get back to Facebook. Hold on a second. And yeah, that's my government name. I don't care. It is what it is. So basically what he's saying is there's two reports. One is signed by the coroner, one's not signed by the coroner, two different verbiage. Two different language. You know, one was altered, basically. So in the one that has the coroner's signature is the one I'm most interested in. So hold on a second. Where are you? I just posted you. You can't. All right, here we are. Oh yeah, this is when I asked the source. David, can you guys see this? My screen?
Yes.
Okay. Right here, this is when I asked my source, which has his name. I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
I was gonna tell you. I was gonna say something about that.
Yeah. Here to explain, why the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office incident report states it was two sisters that were climbing on the top of the mats. I need all discrepancies addressed, and I would love to hear all sides, as later on in the report, a male student was also introduced as well. So this is how the conversation began with him, who also stated, I don't care if you say my name or not. I'm not scared. I commend you, sir. I commend you. He was a witness. He was there. I believe him. I believe him over your lying reports. Okay. So let me get to where is the sheriff's report? I mean, the coroner's. It's coming, guys. I post so much on Facebook. Nope, not it. Not it. Not it. Not it. This is when I called out Brandon Bell for lying about going to for being on the school bus. I had to call him out. This is Brandon Bell right here. That's him. And I put, the article, and I told him he was lying. You did not leave at 12:30 p.m. You were at the gym, walking the halls, changing your clothes. You're rich. You had your change of clothes in a white trash bag. White people don't put excuse me, rich people, not white people, don't put their clothes, change their clothes in white trash bags. Trash bags are for trash. Liar. That's what he had. He had a white trash bag. Talking about he's changing clothes. So I had to call him a liar because that's exactly what he did. All right. My mom was getting to it. Petition a lot. That's when I called out the crooked Stride Jones. Yep, he oversaw the investigation. We'll get more into him. This is where I called out them interviewing 111 people months later. What people forgot what happened. You should have interviewed all those people instead of escorting them out. You know what I'm saying? Of the gym. So all right. So we are getting here called. I'm always telling Dr. Gaffney Kraft, she's a liar because she is allegedly. All right. So here we are. Where is it? Is this it? Come on. All right. So let me pull it up. So here's my statement. So, I get the statements. I'm looking, doing the comparison because that's what I do when it comes to documents. I do side by sides. So I pull up the first one. It says, all right, first, report that CNN is talking about. This is the second page. It has no signature. There's no coroner's signature. But guess what's highlighted down here? Date, time of release, 1/10/2013. How is the date 1/10/2013 when Kendrick's body was found on 1/11/2013?
111, the next day, supposedly.
Publicly, officially found Kendrick's body the next day on 1/11. His report says 1/10. It's not signed. I didn't think too much about that one, So, but it says body released to Owens Transport Service for, oh my God, can I blow this up? Yep.
Yep.
Service for whatever and transportation to Valdosta Loudoun County Crime Lab for storage until the body could be transported for autopsy. Keep in mind, Owens Transportation is also the same company that was allegedly supposed to. Well, they did transport Kendrick's body to the funeral home where Dr. Marianne Crabb says she gave his organs, in the body to the same escort company. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Again, it says January 10th. This is a coroner that basically was upset, that already admitted that the crime scene was contaminated and compromised when he got there. They called him 6 hours later. He was just over it, blah, blah, blah. He was already mad about something. I thought he was mad because they called him 6 hours later on January the 11th. That's what I thought he was mad. But no, let's get back to it. This is page 1 of the first report that's not signed. At the top, it says January 11, 2013, 3:45 hours, which is what? That's a lie. That's a lie. But anyway, January 11th, this is their story. What they forgot to do is change the dates on the original report that he had started, which is January 10th. There's that date again, January 10th. That's the date Kendrick went missing. That's the date he went missing. This is the date I believe that he really was called to the gym. Because why is he putting January the 10th? And it's only one date at the top. It says January 11th. Okay. It doesn't have all the nefarious comments that his signed one has. So this one just basically said date, time, and body found, said to be January 10th, 2013, exact time unknown by me. This is his original report that he had begun to write on January the 10th, right? So at the Lowndes County old gym. No signature. No signature, right? He's taking notes for, he's at the crime scene on January 10th. And he's taking notes. He's thinking about to write a report for January 10th.
Freak.
Hear me out. All right. Go to the actual one that he signed. There's a signature right there. Signed by the coroner on January 22nd, 2013. The coroner not only said, stuck by his word. Well, right here, he did modify it a little bit. Date, time, notified. He changed that to January 11th, 2013, right? But what he didn't change is he still had January 10th on his mind, because here's that date again. He said that the paramedics responded on January 10th, 2013. And he's going to suspend the records. Why is January 10th, 2013 all through your report? Up here, it still says date, time, last known alive. January 10th, 2013. But y'all been telling us January 11th, 2013. So he's saying that the paramedic was called on January 10th. Last known alive, January 10th. Now, this is how I think that he's so slick and a genius with it. Yes, down here, he added some commentary. He says shoes were kept for evidence by Lowndes County as evidence or whatever in autopsy, Lowndes County Sheriff's Department. After autopsy, body was released to Harrington Funeral Home by family request. Mr. Steve Owens in Owens Transport Service. He released the body on January the 14th, 2013. But up here, he said that the autopsy was January the 14th, 2014. Now hear me out. Kendrick died in 2013. In the month of January, we all struggle with the new year. I have to type the year all the time. But guess what I don't do? I struggle with typing 2025 because that's what I've been typing for the last 12 months. What I don't do is struggle with typing the future. That don't even make sense. If you guys type or do paperwork in here, you'll understand what I'm saying. He's not going to struggle typing 2013, 14. He's going to struggle and type in 2012 because it's January 14, 2013. That was intentional to me. It was intentional to me. He signed it because you just don't do that. Your brain don't work like that. And here we go again, January 10th, 2013. Now, I'm going to wrap this up because I just found something today that I haven't put out there today. Do you guys remember when it came to the paramedic report? I'll pull that up. Remember that the coroner said that 911 was called on January 10th. Y'all saw that, right? Put a 1 in chat if you saw January 10th. He said that. He's a coroner, okay? He's mad. He probably got there on January 10th. They done conjured up, alleged cover up. They forcing him to put the time of death. They putting a squeeze on him. They threatening his life, doing all kind of stuff, right? So he's mad. So he's going to intentionally not change his original date. That's how I look at it. Because, believe it or not, like I told you, did Bill Watson not tell the truth about the organs? He is the one that's been trying to tell the truth from the beginning. He's the one who told the judge. No, they said that they destroyed the organs. While the people involved in the cover-up allegedly, yeah, I'm putting this out there, and I don't fear anybody. Basically, we're all lying. He confirmed, no, they destroyed those organs. So I believe he intentionally put that January 10th on there because he was upset. He didn't want to go along with it, but he was outnumbered. But he also was smart enough to know that the sheriff and all his goonies was not smart enough to read his paperwork. But what he didn't know, the guy was going to raise some people that knows how to read paperwork, which I've been doing that for 30 years, and find all these discrepancies and little clues that you left
Little
on the.
hitting eggs.
Now, you guys remember how there was this bit, it was on the news. The paramedics report says cardiac arrest, right? They don't know why. There's no 911 address. They don't know who called, you know, the paramedic to say, there was a cardiac arrest. Hold on a second. Let me upload something. Let me go ahead and pull up the paramedics report.
I thought it was a
Code blue. That's what, everybody said on the 911 calls, right?
mm-hmm.
Bear with me. I said I just found this.
Okay.
Like, I think Mr. Johnson called me while I was on the phone. I mean, on live, and I had to turn it up because I had to say, ooh, that's what I found, blah, blah, blah. How I get excited. So check this out. Bill Watson, may God watch over you because I'm putting it out there because I'm not afraid. And I just believe that it's time for justice and that everybody's covered. Everybody that was involved with this, that was threatened to be involved with this and not really wanting to do it, it's your time to take a deal. Start talking because you're not going to be able to stop it because God has revealed too much. And I said what I said, and I'm not trying to pop nothing. This is me. This is how I feel. It's my faith speaking. I just know it because I don't know how I'm able to do this without his grace. All right. So let's pull up where is this it? Nope. Where is remove? Remove. Come on, EMT report. Where you at?
Boss lady Sparks. I had to ask her. I asked her earlier. Is he still alive or something?
No, what they did was they forced him out. They made him resign. But allegedly, the rumor was is that they threatened to cut his.
mm.
So he's no longer the coroner, and he went on about his merry way. Now I know I just uploaded this. You know what? Stop playing with me because I'm trying to show this stuff. Maybe I need to get rid of some documents, and that's probably what it is. I need to get rid of some documents before I can upload another document. Oh, is this it? Nope, it's not it. It's Bill Watson. I'm working on it, guys. That's Kendrick. What is this? Is this the EMP? Yes. You're probably not going to be able to see it. But here's the thing. The EMT report says they arrived at the school for cardiac arrest. They was called for cardiac arrest. Nobody can find the 911 call for cardiac arrest. Everybody that they have on that day called and said code blue. They don't know why that they arrived at the, these are other, at the school under, cardiac arrest. Big fiasco. Report right here says cardiac arrest. Follow me. Remember I said that Bill Watson said January 10th is when they found the body. What if the original 911 call was made on January 10th and they was under the impression Kendrick was under cardiac arrest, but he ultimately died. So when they got back, they didn't update the call on the form. They just changed the date. So that's why it says cardiac arrest and not code blue. I need y'all to answer that. And I also need them. We're not going to put everything out there, but I believe there's a phone call dated January 10th that says there's a student in cardiac arrest at Lowndes County High School. That's that. All right. So I'm not going to hold you any longer. I got so much else I could talk about. I got so much stuff that I could talk about. I just encourage you guys to please go on my page and read it. Look at the pictures, read the evidence for yourself. Try to understand. I mean, we don't found the murky wet,
The murder
weapon,
weapon.
and everything is on my page. The photos of the industry, injuries. I'm sorry, not. We'll get back into our hip hop here soon. Everything. So go to my page, Leah A. Ficklin on Facebook. Is bombshells everywhere. But I need them to Yeah, he signed that report. Bill Watson said January 10th. Bill Watson said the child destroyed the organs, and Bill Watson says the EMT 911 was called on January the 10th, and I believe EMT showed up on January the 10th under the guise that Kendrick was at that time under cardiac arrest. He ultimately passed away. The cover-up began January the 10th.
The
All right?
same day. Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can't perfect the paperwork when it's a lie. So you guys are updating dates here and there and forgetting to update the reason here and forgetting to update the dates other places because it's a lie.
It's just it's too much there they was trying to do to cover up it, like to have a full blown cover up the way to have a perfect one. You have to go through all that. When they was limited because they try to cover us everything in a limited time.
Right.
Because y'all got to understand that they ruled it uh an accident within 24 hours.
Actually,
Y'all got
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, yeah. So y'all got to keep that in mind. On top of that, in order for them to do that, they had to come
Right.
up. They had to be to build that cover up. They was a limited. They had
Correct.
a limited time. It was a limited time frame to do that.
And then you're under duress, right? Because you're afraid, allegedly, that your kids are going to prison. You know, their careers are over because you're an FBI agent. And don't forget that the judge signed off on that search warrant for all those people involved. Judge has something in front of him to make him sign off. See, what they thought was that they destroyed all the evidence. But I keep trying to tell people they think they did, but they can't fool God. There's something out there, and it's right here. It's right in front of us. Discrepancies everywhere.
Everywhere.
Discrepancies everywhere. You can't fool him. And you're not going to be able to do God's people dirty and get away with it. You got away with it for 13 years, but justice is coming. So I want to thank each and every one of you. Does anybody want to come up here? You said you need to sign the petition. I can drop the link of the petition in the chat again. Like, it's so much, guys. I can't even remember. My brain is on overload. I can't make videos because I'm like looking at paperwork, like stuck on photos. I'm like, I can't believe it. They're passing weapons allegedly. They're doing something. They're plotting, and it was kids in the gym. I still play that video, but I'll do it next time. It was kids in the gym when Kendrick ran in. You can look at these kids' body language. They were playing basketball. Kendrick had ran over towards the mat. Then you allegedly see two figures, I believe is allegedly Brian and Brandon Bell, come through the other side of the gym. Because the kids that were playing basketball stopped. They all stopped. All looked over, and they began to walk in the area. And then they abruptly stopped and turned around. Then the video cut. And one last thing. We got video cameras of Kendrick walking in the gym, right? And other students. We have video camera footage of Kendrick in the gym, running across the gym, right? We have video footage of his body being rolled out the gym, right? Facts, right? We have video footage of kids playing basketball and walking through the gym, right? Where's the goddamn video footage for January 11th, 2013, when you discovered the body? Explain why there's no footage in that gym or around that gym on that day. You're not going to be able to. We all know that you altered the footage or deleted it. Because how do you have the gym footage on January 10th and days before, but on January 11th, you have no footage? Make it make sense, Lowndes County. All right, guys, I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry, I do keep it real. I might get loud. I don't know. But I'm back in the lab. Jay, he's with me. Got anything to say before we let these beautiful people go? If you want to join the channel, please become a member. The membership is low as $2.99. If you want to bless the channel with a super chat, super sticker, please do so. They're desired, not required. I don't put pressure on anybody. But you got anything to say? Closing remarks?
I would like to thank everybody that
attended the live. It means a lot, you know what I'm saying, for people to tune in and stand beside us and to want justice, because I mean we doing something, you know what I'm saying, God want us to do, you know.
Right.
And
something people are scared to do.
And scared to do. And we just jumped out there, you know what I'm saying? Like we in it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really no turning back now. So
right. We're going all the way.
For the people that's standing beside us and tune in and watching this unfold, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate you. We appreciate everybody that signed the petition.
Right.
Make sure whenever y'all sign it, share it. And that brings more people to sign the petition.
Right. Yep. So again, like just to piggyback off what Jay said, it's very important to the Johnsons that you guys are listening. The case has been quiet. They've been locked up. They've been thrown in jail. They've been fined hundreds of $1,000s trying to fight for their child. They've been punished. They've never been able to grieve from the day Kendrick went missing on January the 10th. They've been in fight mode ever since that moment. They have not even begun to grieve their child, because Lowndes County has been playing in their faces for 13 years. It stops now.
They've been punishing them just for fighting for justice.
So we're gonna end this with KJ's Army, justice for Kendrick Johnson. Justice is coming, and there's work to do. I will see y'all on Facebook because I got something else to drop. And I'll see my YouTubers later on this week. Well, actually, I got an interview tomorrow on another lady's channel. I forgot her name. I'm going to put it on my wall, family. Jag Nation, I got an interview. I'm talking about Kendrick Johnson on another channel. And then I got another interview that's on this channel Wednesday, Jay. It's another young lady who wants to talk about her child that passed away unjustly and never received justice for. So tune in. We got plenty of content coming up. Like I said, I'm on YouTube and Facebook. And one day I'll get on TikTok, but I don't know TikTok. So anyway, I love y'all. Peace and love. Justice for Kendrick Johnson.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for coming. Please like, share, and subscribe. Come back again.